folks, Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Hey, we're coming to a blog post we want to share with you. Of course, review the latest social media and technology. Be sure to give us a like, follow us on YouTube, follow the ChrisVossShow.com as we review all the greatest phones from all the great phone makers. So, what we're going to be doing today is a versus comparison between the AT&T Moto X and the AT&T Samsung Galaxy S4. So this is going to be pretty cool. Motorola has their newest phone out. We're going to take and do a versus comparison between the two of them, see which one wins and which one's better. Be sure to stay tuned. Okay, so here we're looking at the Geekbench 2 scores that both these got. Now there's a Geekbench 3 out. We'll also take a review. The score on the HTC One came in at 2080, which is pretty normal for the many times we tested it. And the Geekbench 2 score came in at 3215. You can see the integer scores, floating point scores, memory scores, stream scores, floating point scores, etc. We're not going to page down through this because we're actually going to do the Geekbench 3 test. Okay, so here we have the Geekbench 3 test. This is a newer app that's out from Geekbench. You can see here that the score came out very different than what we have with Geekbench 2, so that's why we're presenting both of them. The single core score was 672 on the Moto X, 1252 on the Moto X. For the multi-core score, 642 for the single score on the S4 against 1578 for the multi-score. So kind of interesting how these new Geekbench 3 app breaks these things down. Obviously it is a multi-core, so it definitely scored higher. You have 4 cores, of course, with the S4 comparatively to the Moto X. Naturally, it should be faster because it has a faster processor, but you never know. Sometimes these days, some phones have more memory, and that can make a difference. Page down through these. If you want to pause at any time, you're certainly welcome to. I don't really look at most of these scores. Mostly what I'm looking for is the totals, which kind of round up all this stuff and make looking individually something if you want to do, you certainly can. Here you can see the AT&T benchmark scores. This is AT&T benchmark version 3.4, and the scores that came out on the Moto X were 18,850 against the Samsung Galaxy S4, 24,406. You can also see the breakdowns of the RAM, CPU, integer here, and all that good stuff. And we'll go ahead and page down. You can pause the video anytime if you so choose. And you can see how they basically mapped out against each other. So after testing both phones, playing with them, and doing a side-by-side versus comparison, I like both phones. It's really up to you to decide which phone works best for you in your application and which you're comfortable using. You can get both these phones from our good friends at AT&T.com. That's AT&T.com with the fastest download and upload speeds. You can take and search on the Chris Voss Show for all the other wonderful phones we reviewed from AT&T. Be sure to check those out, and the versus comparisons and the individual videos we've done on each of these products, reviewing them in full so you can see what our results were there. And give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube. Be sure to check into the ChrisVossShow.com often, and also be sure you tune in next time. Thanks for coming by the ChrisVossShow.com. Be sure to tell them Chris Voss sent you. Thanks for coming by.